There's a moment most people have experienced at least once. You've been sitting quietly, maybe reading, watching television, or simply relaxing, and then you stand up. For a second or two, the room seems to shift. A brief wave of dizziness passes through you. Maybe your vision darkens slightly around the edges. Then it's gone. Most people brush it off and move on. And most of the time, that's perfectly reasonable. But sometimes, this small moment can reveal more about how the body is functioning than people realize. Welcome back to the 100 Warning Signs series, where we explore the quiet signals the body sends and what they may sometimes mean. Today's warning sign is light dizziness when standing up. It sounds minor, and in many cases it is, but understanding why it happens can be surprisingly important. The most common explanation is something called orthostatic hypotension. When you stand up, gravity pulls blood downward. Normally, your body responds immediately by adjusting blood pressure and blood flow so the brain continues getting what it needs. Most of the time, you never notice this process. But if that response is delayed, even briefly, blood pressure can drop for a moment, causing that familiar wave of dizziness. For many people, the reason is simple: mild dehydration. Less fluid means lower blood volume, making that adjustment harder. Certain medications can also contribute, including blood pressure medications, diuretics, antidepressants, and some antihistamines. But here's the part many people overlook. If this happens only occasionally, it's usually not concerning. If it happens almost every time you stand up, that's different. Patterns matter. Your cardiovascular system works constantly to maintain stable blood pressure. When that regulation becomes less efficient, recurring dizziness may be one of the earlier changes some people notice. Not a diagnosis, not proof of a serious problem, but a signal worth paying attention to. Many people assume that important health issues always arrive with dramatic symptoms. Often, they don't. Sometimes the body starts with subtle changes that are easy to dismiss. Age can also play a role. As we get older, the body's blood pressure reflexes may not respond quite as quickly as they once did. That's a normal part of aging, but it also means older adults are more likely to experience brief dizzy spells and balance problems. That's why awareness matters. Standing up slowly and giving your body a moment to adjust can make a real difference. There's one more detail that's worth knowing. If the dizziness happens mostly in the morning, after meals, or alongside a slower heart rate, those patterns can provide useful clues. After eating, for example, more blood is directed toward digestion. In some people, this can contribute to a drop in blood pressure known as postprandial hypotension, which is more common in adults over 60. The reassuring truth is that most people who experience occasional dizziness when standing do not have a serious underlying illness. Often, the body is simply dealing with dehydration, fatigue, heat, or medication effects. Still, it's worth paying attention. Notice patterns, stay hydrated, and be aware of changes over time. If the dizziness becomes more frequent, more intense, or starts appearing with symptoms like unusual fatigue, blurred vision, or a racing heartbeat, it's worth discussing with a healthcare professional. Not because panic is needed, but because patterns often tell a story, and understanding that story early can make all the difference. This series has always been about helping you understand your body more clearly, not to create fear, not to diagnose, but to help you recognize the signals your body sends before they become harder to ignore. And in the next warning sign, we'll explore another subtle change that many people dismiss, even though it may be carrying a message of its own. So stay with us. The next sign might be one you've noticed before and never thought twice about.